All right, welcome. So it just turned 3. I'm gonna get the timer going. As usual, we're gonna do a 5-minute warm up. So get your files open, do what you need to do to get yourself ready for whatever you're gonna work on today. In fact, let me know what you're planning on working on. I'm gonna be going through some audiobook files for my audiobook that I need to review. So that's progressing. It's progressing at an okay pace, I guess. Yes, just want to say hi to everyone who's joining me in the live chat today. The Nerdy Book Nerd, I'm not sure if you're still here. Great to see you. SD Houston, as always, thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate it. And yes, don't forget to hit the like button. Make sure it changes color. Um, you know, helps with the algorithm and all that. So, just a little tip that I kind of I'm finding out the hard way, really, is drafted digital D2D print. If you're using that, it's in beta at the moment, and I've decided to use them for my upcoming publication. Ordered a proof copy, and I thought it was all going fine, but the proof copy has not been shipped out yet, and it's been over 2 weeks. So I emailed them, and they said, "Oh, it hasn't been processed." So I'm not quite sure what went on there, but basically, I'm down on 2 weeks, and my book is going to be released in just two and a bit weeks, 2.5 weeks. So I'm really hoping I get the proof copy before that. Otherwise, I might have to bite the bullet and just release it based on the PDF copy. It's always nice to see the proof copy just to make sure everything's fine, but I'm sure it's not too bad. Just looking at the PDF copy on the screen, it should be okay. But I wanted a proof copy, but 2.5 weeks later, it's not been shipped out. Anyway, if you do decide to get the D2D print beta, I suggest you do check in with them if you don't see anything moving, especially after a week or two. Make sure you check in with them. They're really good. They replied within 24 hours, but it doesn't really help. The print proof is not on its way, and it's been 2.5 weeks. So yeah, if you do that, do use D2D print. Check them out. By the way, they have like no waiting list, so they're at the stage where they're rolling out um, in masses. So they're doing a volume kind of test, I guess. So the systems they've got in place will probably have some of these bugs to iron out, of which I'm I have or am actively contributing to ironing those bugs out right now. So there we go. That's my contribution to the self-publishing community right now, as we speak. You guys are all very welcome for that. But learn from my experience. If you do use D2D print, make sure you get everything ordered, or make sure it's all progressing as it should, and check in with them if you need to. So as usual, I'm gonna mute myself. I will be in the chat. I'm gonna put on some music in the background, and I shall catch you in the chat. Okay, how did you guys do for that first sprint? As usual, just want to give a shout out to everyone who's joining me live today. SD Houston, as always, thank you. Heather, great to see you here, and the nerdy book nerd, great to have you. Thank you for popping by. Don't forget to hit that like button; it really helps with the algorithm and all that good stuff. So just a little update whilst I was doing my some bits of work here and there. I also decided to drop D to D an email to see what the time frame would be for the print proof copy that I'm waiting for. So we'll see what they say, but I don't think they've got a hard timeline that they can give me, which means I've got to probably decide to launch the book without the physical copy. So my book launch is due to go live on November 18th. So if you look on the calendar, that's just over 2 weeks, 2 weeks and 2.5 days, maybe 2 weeks and 2 days, really. But because I'm using D2D prints, or if you use Ingram, you've got to kind of release the paperback or hardcover a bit earlier so that it propagates to Amazon in good time. So my plan right now is, touch wood, hopefully I receive everything by next week. If I don't, then I'm just going to launch the book, approve the files by probably November 14th and get them to start propagating it out. And hopefully, and this is where I'm not too sure what's going to happen with D2D print, but hopefully it will filter to KDP in time for the 18th when my book launches. So that is the plan at the moment. I know, it's D2D print still in beta. I get that. Things are still being ironed out. So it's just part of the system, really. Hopefully they'll improve based on my experience. I'm taking one for the team here today, so you're welcome in advance. But like I say, I'm still supportive of D2D. Really good service. They're very responsive. Usually, any email I send or contact us form via their website, I get a reply in under 24 hours. Typically, it's more like 8 to 12 hours. So it's really good service. So yeah, that's what I'm planning to do with the book. We shall see what happens. I've rambled on quite a bit. I'm gonna mute myself again, and we shall see you in the chat. Okie dokie, and that is time. The last sprint has expired. So we're just about to get into 4 o'clock. ST Houston's just about to get back to work. I am not a cat. Keep on stirring the pots. I love your approach. Actually, I really like it. If and I don't mean this in a bad way to anyone else, but if your work isn't moving someone in a certain way, maybe you got to push the boundary a little bit more, you know. So use words like moist or something. I don't know. Whatever floats your boat. I want to say hi to everyone who's joined me on the sprint today. Really appreciate it. SD Houston, as always. I am not a cat. Thank you for stopping by, Emma Bennett, romance author. Appreciate it, Heather. I hope the migraine gets better. And the nerdy book nerd, you know, hopefully, I'm not sure if you're still here, but if you are, thank you for joining me today. So yeah, we just hit 4 o'clock Eastern time. Please, please go and do something useful. It doesn't have to be productive. You can do some self-care, take a break. I'm going to be taking a break. I was just on ST Houston's channel earlier on. That took a lot out of me. I had to actually do some work. And then I had my sprint where I did actually do some work. So just a recap from me, D2D prints, if you have any orders with them, make sure you check that, because they're still in beta at the moment, so they are ironing out things. I'm glad my case will be hopefully helping the cause a bit for the self-publishing community. I've alerted them that my print proof was a couple of weeks into it and I hadn't received anything. So I told them, well, I emailed them, and they looked into it, immediately got back to me. Unfortunately, my print proof was overlooked completely. So they are only starting the process today. I hope I get the print proof before my book launches on November 18th. If not, I will just approve the e-copy, the ebook copy. So yeah, that's my plan. All right, we've actually gone over 4 o'clock. So I think we'll call it a day there. Hopefully I'll see you back here next week. Same time, same place, 3 to 4 o'clock Eastern time, Wednesdays. Until then, have yourself a great day. Have yourself a great week ahead. Take care, everyone.